Hi guys, my name is Lily. I'm a hair colourist based at Salon in West London, and I just wanted to do a little video for lots of my clients out there who are kind of getting to the point of thinking, what? And I'm going to have to colour my own hair at home. So if anyone needs any help deciding kind of what brand to use, what colour to use, what tone to go for, message me on Instagram and I will try my best to help you. I'm definitely not an expert at this home colour kind of stuff. Obviously we use professional products in the salon, but I can definitely give you like a professional second opinion on which shade might be right for you out of what limited options you might be left with in your local shop or online, so I can definitely help you with that. This video is going to be for a half head root tint, and that is basically covering grey hair. We're going to make the hair darker. I do not recommend trying to make the hair lighter at all. No balayage, no highlights. That is just off the cards for now, unfortunately. I wouldn't really recommend doing the full head, to be honest, at this stage. A lot of people aren't really that grey in that area. Most of your grey is kind of going through the parting areas and a lot around the hairline. If you want to try and keep the root tint literally to where you have the grey, and not smudging it all around. Obviously, if you've got like all over one colour, you can kind of slap it on, do whatever. You can probably even do the back, not even have to worry about it. But for a lot of us, we kind of have this, you know, nice bit of balayage or something that we just don't want to ruin. It's cost us a lot of money to have it. So yeah, that's something to definitely think about. Okay, so always read the manufacturer's instructions first. Always, always, always. Every single brand is different, and it's really important that you do a patch test 48 hours before. What you're going to need for your root tint is your product, obviously, step 1 and 2, which you're going to mix together to produce the colour that you're going to apply. The gloves that come with your tint, whichever brand you go for. Tail comb, if you've got one, these are amazing for getting like a nice straight parting. If you haven't got one of those, a chopstick will do, or kitchen skewer, just don't take your eye out, or anything long, like I'm going to use the end of this brush, and you're basically going to be using it just to do long sections, so something long and pointy. If you haven't got anything, a comb will be fine. Okay, so you're also going to need one of these hairbands, old towel, something that you don't mind kind of rubbing the colour on. It's really important during this, especially if you're trying to not touch the balayage, to basically try and keep your gloves and your hands as clean as possible. And also some cotton wool, either this kind, that kind, loo roll, whatever you've got. And that's going to take off the tint at the end. I want a bit of Vaseline to use as your barrier cream. I can only find the rosé one. I mean, at this point, it's get whatever you can get. So first of all, we're just going to start applying this Vaseline. Oh, it is actually pink. Oh well. And you're just going to apply it all around the hairline. Like so. Try and like avoid the actual hair. And then we're going to go around this side. And take the Vaseline and I'm just applying it all around the hairline, avoiding those little baby hairs. This is just basically creating a stain resistant barrier, and a bit on the ear. Okay, perfect. First of all, you're going to take whichever brand you've gone for, you're going to mix tint into the developer bottle. So squeeze it all the way in and give it a really, really, really good shake. So once you've done your barrier around the hairline with your Vaseline, you're going to put your hair back into a very low, very loose ponytail. And that gives us a little bit more control of kind of what the hair's doing. I got this tip from Nadine Baggett, so big up. Gloves on, have your product ready and mixed at this point. We will start, okay, so we're going to start in a middle parting. Hopefully it's all light enough. And what we're going to do, what I would suggest doing is use your strong hand to part the hair and use your weak hand to apply the product. So we are going to go along here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So we're coming along the back to there. Off, down onto the sink. And then I would try and just use your strong hand to pad all that colour on. So the movement is like a pat and like a pad of colour into the hair. So then when you need to apply a bit more, try and keep this hand clean. So use the same hand and a little bit more back there and pad again into the hair. Perfect. Okay, and then obviously this hand has got the colour on, so I would wipe that on the towel. So next section, if you part your hair this side, start this side, and then we're just gonna pull that hair down over, and this is our new section. Okay, so with this hand again, the clean hand, squeeze it on. Cool, so keeping your section super neat all the way through the back, pick it up, comb, 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 and more colour. Down, you can hold the hair with that clean hand and pad it in. We are going to come back to the hairline at the end, but you can kind of see we're trying to keep it just where the grey is. You're just going to carry on going in these lines down the hair. So I'm taking about 2/3 of a centimetre sections, about that. Now if your hair is super resistant in one area or just in general, then make sure you are completely saturating the hair with product. Okay, so once you've done all that side, you are then going to go back to your middle section and do exactly the same on the other side. We'll carry on going along this side. So if you do have a longer root and not just like a small root like I'm talking about, then carry on applying your colour the same way, but then instead of just like patting the hair down to make sure you're not really like colouring any balayage pieces, you could actually make your movement a bit bigger to however long your root is. So if my roots come down here, then pull that colour down onto the hair. Making sure all the hair is completely saturated. If you get any on the skin, we can just wipe that off at the end. That's not a problem. So I'm just working down in kind of 2/3 of centimetre sections and drawing that line in. And patting it in. Okay, perfect. So that is all on there, and we are going to go around the hairline in a moment and make sure we've got all the hairs there. So with the back, really, whilst you're doing your lines, you're hitting quite a lot of the back anyway. But I would just section your hair on your crown here and just go in, and we're just going to kind of follow the shape of the head in these downward motions. So we're just going to start here and squeeze down. Okay, perfect. So once you've put a bit of colour in that back crown area, don't worry too much if you can't do it like perfectly in the back. It is difficult. Maybe if you've got someone who can help you reach those places, that would be great, but if not, it's fine. Afterwards, give your gloves, obviously, a really good wipe. I'm not actually using hair dye, so I'm using conditioner. Which is why I'm sitting on my bed doing it. Obviously, you're going to be in the bathroom doing it. And then we're just going to tie the hair back up into the low pony. And finally, we're just going to take the last of our product and make sure that this hairline, because a lot of greys lurk in this hairline, make sure that this is completely saturated. So we're going to do dots. So dot through that hairline. And again, dab it in. Now with the hairline, you can come down with it a little bit. You can see I'm just being really careful not to affect any of those balayage pieces still. So we'll get the cotton wool and we'll just touch up. Okay, perfect. So that is all in there. This redness is the Vaseline. I'm going to leave this on however long the manufacturer said. And yeah, it's going to cover up my greys, but keeping the rest of this hair nice and balayage and uncoloured. All right, see you later.